How the world covered India's CJP protests. The cockroach Janta parties marched to parliament, and the clashes that followed made headlines not just across India, but around the world. From Reuters to Al Jazeera, The Guardian, and the Financial Times, international media largely framed the story as a youth-led movement, fueled by anger over examination leaks and unemployment, while also reporting the violence that erupted during the march. Here's how global newsrooms covered one of India's biggest protests of the year. Images of tear gas, barricades, and thousands of young protesters marching towards parliament were carried by some of the world's biggest news organizations. Reuters, the world's largest international news agency, reported that BE, India Youth Group, says protests to continue after Delhi clashes injure 180. Its report noted that around 180 people were injured, including police personnel, while presenting both versions of events. Delhi police alleging protesters turned violent, and protesters accusing police of excessive force. Reuters also described the demonstrations as one of the biggest youth-led political challenges facing Prime Minister Narendra Modi's third term. British newspaper The Guardian focused on what it described as a rapidly expanding youth movement. Its coverage highlighted exam paper leaks, unemployment, police restrictions, internet shutdowns, and the use of tear gas and baton charges. The newspaper portrayed the protests as growing beyond education issues into a broader challenge over governance and democratic rights. The Financial Times took a political and economic lens. Rather than focusing only on the street clashes, it examined why educated young Indians were protesting and what the movement could mean for India's political stability and investor confidence. The paper also reported barricades, metro closures, and police action during the march. Al Jazeera prominently featured the protests under the headline, "Police Attack Cockroach Activists as Thousands March on Indian Parliament." The network reported that more than 10,000 demonstrators marched towards Parliament, linking the movement to anger over examination leaks and youth unemployment. It also carried both the authorities' claim that protesters attempted to breach security barriers and protesters' allegations of excessive police force. The BBC, meanwhile, did not publish a major standalone written analysis on its international website at the time, but carried live video coverage and updates from the march on with its correspondent Azadeh Moshiri covering the protest, who described it as from hundreds to thousands, how India's cockroach protest movement has grown. The movement is demanding the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, accountability for the exam leak crisis, compensation for affected families, and broader reforms in India's education system. Despite Monday's violent clashes near Parliament, the agitation remains active. CJP leaders have announced that while they will continue their protest, they will not organize another march to Parliament to avoid further injuries to supporters. Union Minister J.P. Nadda has held the first round of talks with a CJP delegation, but no breakthrough has been announced. Meanwhile, activist Sonam Wangchuk has continued his protest in solidarity. Police have registered FIRs over the violence, and CJP has offered legal assistance to detain protesters, indicating that the movement is entering a new phase of negotiations alongside continued public mobilization.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.